Welcome to the Market and the Mission, where business meets the Bible. So whether you are an entrepreneur, a marketer, an evangelist, this is your space. Because we believe that God was the greatest communicator and he was the greatest teacher of influence who ever walked this earth. And the principles that build his kingdom are the same principles that will build your business. So welcome to the Market and the Mission. I am your host, Doreen Aching. Every great sales speech in history has had one thing in common. It offered something that the listener desperately needed in a way they could clearly understand and at a cost they could not even imagine or believe. Today, I want to take you back to the greatest speech ever made. It wasn't made in a boardroom. It wasn't at a stage in a conference. It was not also a Facebook ad. Neither was it a Super Bowl commercial. It is the 16th verse of a chapter in a book. And that verse has changed the entire history of humanity. And that is John 3:16. I'm sure many of us can say it by heart. So we can join me as I say it. And it goes by John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Now that is a value proposition. By the time we finish today, you will not read that verse the same way again. You'll never write another sales message or pitch another product or even share your faith the same way either. And that takes us to our day's one topic, which is the original pitch, God's value proposition to humanity. And so our passage today comes from John 3:16 to 17. Most of us stop at 16 and leave out something critical in verse 17. You can say both verses together. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but to save the world through him. Those are two verses with so much depth. So today I want us to pull out the business and marketing truths that are hidden inside them. And so, what is a value proposition? In the world of sales and marketing, a value proposition simply answers these 5 questions. Number 1, what is being offered? Number 2, who is it for? Number 3, what problem does it solve? Number 4, why is it different from everything else available? And number 5, what will it cost? And so I want us to take the John 3:16 that we have just read and run it through the 5 questions slowly so that we get the answer for each, because they each deserve their full weight. And so what does it offer? John 3:16, eternal life, not a temporary fix, not a product that wears out or breaks down or that needs replacing every other time. Eternal life, the most complete and inclusive thing that has ever been offered to humanity. Nothing has been ever offered that has that same magnitude. Number 2, who is it for? Whoever, not for the qualified, not for the deserving, whoever. The most inclusive target audience ever defined. Number 3, what problem does it solve? Perishing, eternal separation from God, spiritual death, the most serious problem a human being will ever face. And number 4, why is it different? Because no religion, no philosophy, no human effort can offer what this offers. In fact, it is freely given, completely by grace. Number 5, why or what will it cost? Belief, just belief, because the price was already paid by someone else on a cross thousands of years ago. So this is the most perfectly constructed value proposition in all human communication. And it came from God himself. And so how can we apply this today? I want you to pause and just ask yourself that question. Here is where it really gets so personal. When we read John 3:17, it says, "For God did not send his son into the world to condemn the world." Bad sales tactics condemn. When they say, "You are so foolish," or "You are missing out, what's wrong with you?" Bad evangelism tactics also condemn. When it says, "You are a sinner headed to hell, no love, no grace, no relationship, full stop." But what is God's model? God's speech led with love. John 3:16 begins by saying, "For God so loved." God's love is out of this world, and that's what he used when he was talking about his speech. For God so loved the world, not for result, not for obligation, but love. This is the foundation of biblical sales and marketing. Leading with love, not for your result, not for your conversion, not for your commission. Leading with love for the person. Let's get it clear, for the person. When a customer feels that you genuinely care about them, everything changes. When a person feels that you genuinely care about their soul, everything changes. Sometimes just pick that call and just check on your client, not for business, just to know how they are doing. Love is not just a spiritual virtue, but in sales and marketing, it is a strategy, and it is one of the most powerful ones. And so how can we apply this today? I want us to have 3 takeaways this week. Number 1, I want you to audit your value proposition. Write it down. Then run it through the 5 questions that we have discussed today. If you cannot fully answer the 5 questions, then it means your value proposition is not strong enough. I suggest you go back and build it. Number 2, check your motivation. What drives you in sales? Is it the commission? Is it the conversion? Or is it the love for the person, the care for the person? Number 3, simplify your message. John 3:16 in my version is only 25 words. 25 words. But guess what? It has reached billions of people across thousands of years. You do not need a complicated pitch. You only need a clear one or a simple one. This week, I want you to explain to someone what you do or what you believe in. Not a long statement, maybe 20 words or so. And before you go, I had wanted us to draw or write our own value propositions for our faith and even for our business. But before you can do it, let me give you my own. Then maybe you can build up from there. So what do I offer, even as I am seated here? I offer marketplace professionals, practical, biblical grounded strategies that actually work in the world, this real world. And for my faith, I am offering the same Jesus who transformed me from striving into rest. And number 2, who is it for? Mine is for the professionals who feel torn between hitting targets and keeping their integrity intact. And for my faith, for everyone exhausted from performing from love instead of resting in that which has already been given. Number 3, what problem does it solve? It solves the false beliefs that you must compromise your values in order to succeed in the marketplace. And for my faith, it solves the deeper problem of trying to earn something that was already given freely on that cross. Why is it different? Why choose me? It is because I'm not teaching theory from a textbook. I have lived in the marketplace for over 20 years. And so what I am sharing has been tried, tested, and proven that it works. And what about for my faith? It's because I'm not selling only religion, if you must say, or if you would say, or rules. No, I am pointing you to a relationship that changed my life, and it is still changing. What will it cost? It will cost you comfort of doing things the way everyone else does. It costs discipline, patience, and the willingness to lead with people instead of profit. And at some point, it will also cost you money. In my faith, it will cost you your freedom or your right to run your own life. But in exchange, receive peace that money can never buy. That is my value proposition, fully written down and fully owned. Now it is your turn. Take your pen and your paper. Write down your value proposition based on the 5 questions that we have discussed for your business and for your faith, because the marketplace is looking for someone who knows exactly what they offer, exactly who it is for, and exactly what it will cost you to walk into it. So hear it, practice it, and build on the rock. This platform exists to cite the truth. That is to catalyze bold action, to inspire unwavering belief, to transform cultural mindsets, and to equip every person, every believer, every salesperson, and every evangelist to operate with kingdom consciousness. And so I want you to take your time and work on it. This has been the market and the mission, where business meets the Bible. Until next time, sell well, live right, and reach the world. This has been your host, Doreen Aching. God bless you.